Yo, what up guys, Ross Scalps here, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Saw X. Alright, so the best way I can describe this movie is imagine if The Equalizer 3 was good. Alright, so in this movie it's basically a story that takes place between Saw 1 and 2. It shows John Kramer getting some help from some medical professionals and they end up scamming him out of money, and he wants to get back at them, or as he says, a reawakening. Give them a reawakening. Now, this movie was kind of like a mixed bag for me, but I wanted to start off with some of the pros. I think the suspense in this movie was pretty good. There were scenes here where you just want to see how the tension or the conflict is going to be resolved, whether it's like a trap or just like character dialogue and like what's going to happen. Like there are moments that are just suspenseful. And I think that's something that sticks out in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, going off of that, you get hooked. Once the tension breaks, once you see where the movie's going to start heading, you are engaged. You want to know what happens. You want to see what John Kramer does. Like, you are engaged. And, like, it's John Kramer.
And speaking of, John Kramer, it's really kind of interesting to see inside of his mind in this movie. Because it's a different perspective, like you said. We're not following the cops. We're following John Kramer and how he's feeling when the whole thing goes south or whatever, and then the traps and everything. How he looks and just like his emotions.
This movie does a really good job of making you like hate these like characters. Like you want them.
You actually begin to like John Kramer.
You like John Kramer, and I know everyone like generally likes him, I guess, but it makes him kind of seem like a good guy because of how corrupt these people are. Like you just want them. You just want them to like get their due. Like
I mean, I like the traps. There were some traps that made me like visibly like wince. I'm like, there's no way I would do that ever in my lifetime.
Yeah,
and like they made me like Jemai brought this up after the movie. He was like, there's some parts I had to set them popcorn down, and like honestly, I know exactly how he felt. That is how I felt.
Yeah. Some of the traps in here are like they're pretty good, and like he said, like they make you just like gross. Like honestly, like I'm sitting there,
they're Saw movie traps. I mean,
and especially the main villain, the doctor, the blonde doctor. Like you hate her.
You hate her with
oh my
passion.
Gosh, you hate her.
Burning passion. You want her to die.
I mean, you do though.
You want John Kramer to kill her.
Yeah, you literally hate her.
You hate her.
Like imagine if the Equalizer 3 was a person. That's like.
It was basically Cypher from Fast 8.
Yeah, it was literally like Cypher from Fast 8.
You hated her that much.
Yeah, it's like so stupid, and it has really good suspenseful moments. John Kramer story point of view, which is nice. It's different and it's nice. Some of the traps are good. The villain, and overall, like those are like you know what to expect from a Saw movie. But this one was just a little bit different from his point of view.
Yeah, it was a little. Kind of not peeled back.
It was a change of pace. Like it's something we haven't seen before, and that was nice. And I think those are like most of the pros that we found out of this. Now we're gonna go into some of the cons about this movie, and I think like one of the main ones is like the plot holes or the plot inconsistencies. And there's kind of the similar in like other Saw movies where like this has to happen for this to happen, or what are the chances of like this happening, and and it's mainly like. A lot towards the end of the movie.
Yeah. The ending.
And like just a few scenes like human, physical, like basic inconsistencies.
Yeah,
You're just like, bro.
Defied physics, defied science. Everything you know about anything is just out of the window.
Just like stuff like that. It doesn't take you out of it, but you're just like, okay.
You're just like, alright, let's just finish the movie now.
I just feel like it's underwhelming at the end. Not like super underwhelming like The Equalizer 3 as a whole, but like in general, like I don't know, just you wanted more at the end, I guess.
You did.
And for me, I wanted more from the traps. I know we said there were some good ones, but there was
also some bad
ones that were just
generic.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I could do that in the forest. like bro.
Well, it's just
an animal attack would be more exciting than that.
I was gonna go with the acting. Yeah, on the traps, Some of them were bad, but if you're talking about bad traps, bro, you gotta talk about bad acting. You're sitting there, something's happening to you that I could never have done to me. I'd be screaming my head off. I'm like, if there was neighbors, I'd be screaming. But no, they're there, something's happening, they're just like, oh no, and then just instantly not bothering them. Like,
yeah,
was something like that is happening to you, you're traumatized. You're in shock. Like you cannot handle that.
Yeah, when they're going through their tests, they're just like,
Literally, like the thoughts behind the traps, it was there.
Like,
it just wasn't executed.
Like, just imagine 127 hours. He's like, help me!
Like that gives you goosebumps.
Like,
literally,
he's screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, he's screaming at the top of his lungs. These guys just like,
Like, they made it look so easy. It felt like we could do it.
Yeah, I could do it though.
I was watching the movie and I was like, bro, if you just do this, it's like you're not terrified by.
But it wasn't every trap. It wasn't every trap. It was just some of
them were
some
like
of the actors.
All those things we said, I feel like those are the main problems. Just like plot holes to like some of the traps to some of the pacing. You know, it starts off kind of slow, especially if you're not a like Saw fan. If you're just like a casual viewer, this might be boring actually at the beginning. But if you like know John Kramer, then I don't think it'll be that bad. But it does take a minute to get into like this. I don't know. It takes a minute to get going, but it's still entertaining nonetheless. All right, so action in the movie, we're gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Now there wasn't necessarily like fighting or anything like that kind of action, but the traps themselves and like the quick cuts and stuff and the music and everything that's playing, that's I guess what we would rate this on. So we'll say it's about a 6 out of 10.
Emotion, we'll give it a 7 out of 10 just because you do come to hate some of these people in the movie. Hate's a strong emotion, and it's not the emotion most people think about, like The Notebook. You're like, huh, she has dementia. but hate is still an emotion, and you definitely hate the people in this movie.
Next up, suspense. Honestly, I'd give that an 8 out of 10, or we would. With some of those stuff you get from the emotion and just the scenes and things, you really just get hooked. You're on the edge of your seat. This was our highest rating out of all of them. And honestly, some of that hate with some of the scenes, that really creates that suspense. Like, for me, once the movie gets going, that tension's hit, you want to know what's going on, and after that, you're looking forward to every new development in the movie.
All right, pace, we gave it a 6 out of 10. The beginning was so slow. It was so slow, but like we said before, once it hits that point, it is very suspenseful. So for it being half the movie of no suspense, nothing, that's why we gave it a 6 out of 10.
All right, and plot in the movie, we're going to give it a 7 out of 10. While this was a different kind of story perspective, it just had some plot inconsistencies or plot holes or physics inconsistent, like just stuff that are just like, really? That would happen? Like, really?
Really?
So overall, it was a good story, but just some plot stuff, we'd say it's a 7 out of 10. All right, so for Saw X, we're going to give this the Salty Popcorn Award. It was good, but it could have been better. If you're like a big follower or like fan of the Saw franchise itself, I feel like this might be like the middle of the pack kind of movie. It's not like that bad, but it's not like, you know, the heights that it used to be.
Not the best, not the worst.
It's just in the middle of the pack, I feel. I mean, if you're a casual fan, you'll probably find this movie somewhat enjoyable, maybe a little boring, but overall, it was a good movie. Alright guys, thank you all for watching this movie review, and leave a comment down below if you saw this and what your thoughts are on it. Not sure what the next movie review is going to be. October is kind of a slow month for movies, but we'll keep you guys posted, and stay tuned for more of my other contents, cooking videos, skits, and everything else. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.